I'm just seeing it live. We are now live.
Okay. Okay, well, Ian Juby is in, where are you, in Lindale, Texas?
Lindale, Texas.
Yes. And of course, that's where Totality is happening in Texas. Obviously, up here in Medicine Hat, it's just a partial solar eclipse. So how's the weather down there in Lindale?
Awful. It is awful across the entire state.
Oh, dear.
So we are, we've already crossed first contact, and let me see if I can get the camera going because it's just coming up from behind the clouds now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That looks good there. You can start seeing it happening now. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I think in Medicine Hat it's going to be starting in a few minutes here. So, but well, that's a great picture.
Oh yeah.
There.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect right there. You can see the clouds even wisping across there.
Do you have a camera set up there in Medicine Hat?
No, I don't. No, it's not as spectacular as down in Texas.
Right. Okay, I'm just going to get my 4K camera rolling.
Okay.
Oh.
Ian Juby is down in Texas. That's my dog barking. And he's in the shadow, the complete shadow of the moon. And so that's when the narrow shadow, the umbra, is going through various states, including Texas, and going to Indianapolis and also to.
We're doing a live stream. I'm live streaming with a guy in Alberta right now. So forgive me, Larry. We're having a major reunion here.
Okay.
We're about 2 blocks away from the former Last Days Ministries place,
right?
And where I volunteered for several years. And so I'm seeing people I have not seen in 30 years. So there's a lot going on here.
That's okay. I'm just sitting here with my dog. So.
And we're going to lose, we're going to gain and lose the sun here. Lots.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, you found it again. There we go. And it's just a little out of focus, but not too bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick that on manual focus here. Unfortunately, reset when it turned off. Is that getting sharper or duller?
That's not too bad. It's not as sharp as you had it before, but it's pretty close.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay,
yeah, that's good there.
I'll leave that. I might mess with it some more later on.
No, that's really good right there.
Okay, so maybe you can take some time to explain to everybody. And also, you can see the chats on the right. If you click on one of the chats, you can call them up on the screen.
Right.
So maybe you could respond to some of the chats and stuff as well.
Yeah,
I get my camera set up.
Okay, well, obviously we are looking at the total solar eclipse. That's in where my friend Ian Juby is in Lindale, Texas. Up here in Medicine Hat, it's just a partial eclipse. I don't know what the percentage is. It's probably about 20, 25, 30% of blockage of the sun. So, you know, for the average person walking around here in Medicine Hat, they wouldn't even know that there is a solar eclipse happening. But in a little while, people will know, especially if there's no cloud cover, that is, that there will be a total eclipse. I have another friend who's in Arkansas right now, and he's got clear skies, so that's great. But that's a pretty good picture that Ian has there in Texas. And of course, a solar eclipse happens when the new moon, a lot of people probably don't realize that, but the new moon blocks the sun rays from reaching the Earth. And what's interesting is that the sun is 400 times larger than the moon, but the moon is 400 times closer to the Earth. So as a result of that, we have the moon occasionally going across the sun and fitting perfectly. It looks like the same size. Obviously, they're not the same size. And that's where we get our total eclipse. So Ian is right now in the umbra. That's the narrow shadow where you have the total solar eclipse. And we're in the penumbra in Medicine Hat. So, and it looks like Ian's being greeted by some more people in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
on there's that guy. There's not anybody on the property.
Ah.
How are you? Been a few years.
And you can see Ian's greeting a bunch of people I haven't seen for a while, but you can see he's got that camera lined up really nicely. You can see a little bit of the cloud cover going over, but you can see just the
No.
how symmetrical that moon looks. That's why it's going to be a total eclipse in Texas. Hey, Ian, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, still greeting people.
Where are you now?
Ontario.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyways, we'll just wait till Ian he's moving a bunch of people that he hasn't seen for quite some time. But he's got that camera really lined up beautifully here down there in Texas. I'm up in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. It's sunny here. I don't have the camera lined up. It's just a partial eclipse, obviously, in Medicine Hat. For those of you in the Brooks area where the Creation Discovery Center, it's basically.
It's okay. So, oh, look at you.
We're
Oh, so that's for your show.
no, we're just doing a live stream. This is Larry Dye, the Creation Guy. He's up in Medicine Hat, Alberta.
Okay.
And he's more knowledgeable about this astronomy stuff than I am. So he's going to sit here and wow us with all his intellect and knowledge.
Oh, nice. Hi. Very cool.
And I'm just going to sit here and try and operate the cameras.
So they've got a creation science museum in Dallas.
Yes.
And then there's another one. Oh, is that you?
No, this is another one.
Oh, that's another one.
Larry Dye, the Creation Guy. He's got actually, Larry, could you take a few moments to tell us about your museum? Because you've got a museum now too.
Yes, we have the Creation Discovery Center in Brooks, Alberta. And that's for those of you who know where Calgary is. It's about 200 kilometers. We operate in kilometers here in Canada from Calgary, south of Calgary there. And so we have it's actually in a church. We have basically the entire basement of the church there. We got several rooms talking about the various aspects of God's creation and talking about variations of kinds, talking about design in the creation, obviously coming back to a creator. We have a large model of the Ark of Noah. We have a dinosaur room. We have a deep space room that talks about
How
nebulae,
cool.
floating stars. We have a SeaWorld room, and we have a manned space room that highlights the Apollo spacecrafts, or space flight, sorry, that gave glory to God, and astronaut testimonies and that. So it's been really good.
That's so fantastic. And I know there's, you know, other folks out there, which is so cool. I was just telling Ian about the Creation Science Museum that they have in Dallas. And then there's the Answers in Genesis, and there's so much information out there. It's just really, it's like reading a book that you've just, a new way of reading Genesis, you know. It's just everything. God has just been showing everybody just so much more. And I love it. I love it.
Yep.
So
But
good.
by the way, this is Brenda Parody.
Hi.
So she was one of the former LDMers. There's
Okay.
Kim Geiger in the background. We got Craig Rhodes here and Greg Duncan.
We were in the same class, weren't we?
Nope.
No, you came afterwards?
I came after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you were in the ICT, were you not?
Yeah, we were in the, well, it turned into a DTS first.
Oh.
It was a big, huge.
Okay. I must have been in the second one.
You were in the second
I
one.
couldn't
'Cause I know you
remember.
were there not
Yep.
far, not long.
Yep, because Kim and I went over to Russia
Yes, that's right.
to tangle with the Russian mafia and
Oh,
try not to die. And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And actually, Larry, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take his free hand here and give you the tour. So I'm at Christian Community Fellowship here in Lindale.
Now,
And
Ian,
we got a big
go on,
solar
Ian,
viewing party going on. Yeah.
where is Lindale, Texas, for our viewers?
So Lindale, Texas is just north of Tyler, Texas.
okay,
Uh,
where's Tyler, Texas?
so we got northeastern corner.
Okay.
And so the church has kindly opened the grounds to anybody who wants to come and watch the eclipse. And we got a whole mess of people set up here. The Kings, you know the Kings. Oh, there they are, waving blindly because he's got glasses on, he can't see. So the Kings are here as well. They've got a number of experiments set up for Totality.
Right.
And
no problem doing the men's
my good buddy Roland Heddens is also setting up some spots set up here.
So I
Notice
noticed
the people, and also what's that?
I just noticed are some of them setting up a pinhole viewers? Is that what we're looking at?
Yes, and we have the colander cam, which is going to come out later on during. Well, I don't know when it's going to come out, but we've got someone here with the colander cam, so they're going to do a projection through pinhole projection through a colander, which you use for straining spaghetti. Of course, you get like hundreds of pinhole cameras and projections. And you'll notice I'm wearing my neon pink shirt. Right. And that's because during Totality, the colors change. I don't know how well it'll pick up on camera, but with the human eye, the colors change. I believe it's reds get dimmer and greens get brighter. Do I have that right?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Okay. But just let people know that if they want to, even up in here in Medicine Hat. So a pinhole viewer is just, you get a piece of cardboard and you just take a pencil or pen and poke a hole, and then you hold the piece of cardboard up to the sun, angle it so it hits a flat surface. And it's really important that you don't stare at the sun unless you have, of course, these approved glasses, right? But in case you don't have them, you can just make a pinhole, use a pen or a pencil, piece of cardboard, hold it up at the right angle of the sun, and let the sun light hit a flat surface on the ground, and basically you will be able to see the eclipse without staring at the sun if you don't have the glasses on that flat surface. As I said before, I want to emphasize that don't look at the sun if you don't have the glasses. And so that's what a pinhole viewer is, and it looks like a few of them have them out there where you're at.
Yes, and later on, let me see if I can. I was in the middle of eating my lunch when we went live.
Oh, okay.
But we've been here for hours already getting set up for this and everything. But let me park this so I can give you a better view.
And thanks, Victoria. Victoria just said she loves visiting the museum in Bricks. Thanks for that comment.
Right on. So, Greg gave me a bunch of official Eclipse viewing glasses, but he made a good point. So I've got my smartphone here, and of course you got the lens on the back. These are perfect for the for taking photos with your phone camera.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did in October when we had a partial eclipse. Yeah, you just put it over your camera there, and you can line it up. It's great.
Are we at a focus there, or is that that's still
just slightly? Just slightly. You got a little bleeding of the light coming through there.
Yes, and unfortunately my filter. So I made a homebrew filter, and unfortunately it got scratched on the way down, and I didn't have time to patch it, so we might get some bleed through here and there. But this is a pretty awesome camera.
Yeah, no,
even without the filter, it was handling it pretty well, surprisingly.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. You got a little bit of a bleed through, sorry, but it's looking pretty good.
No, it's so bright out here right now. I can't see. Do you see any solar spots or anything? Sunspots?
Yeah, if you have to bring the aperture down a little bit, the brightness, you might be able to.
Okay. I'll see what I can do here.
Okay.
It'll probably shake the camera a bunch, but
that's
maybe
okay.
Maybe give me feedback on brightness because I can't quite see. All these touch screens.
That looks really good. Well, that's really go back a bit. Oh, you got a cloud going through. That looks pretty good there. It looks really good.
Oh yeah, we just got a cloud moving in front.
Yeah, so it looks really good. It's very sharp, anyways.
Okay. How's it going?
Good. What do you got set up?
I'm live streaming with the guy in Medicine Hat, Alberta right now.
In where?
Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Is it going to go through his area or not?
Yes, but only a partial.
Oh, okay.
And he couldn't make it down here, but
oh, too bad.
So
yeah, I was in Idaho in 2017. So.
Oh, okay. The other guys that came down with me here from Canada, they were in Idaho for the 2017.
Yeah.
So we're just behind a cloud right now, Larry, and everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's Coffee. How's it going, Coffee? And Piltdown Superman.
Oh,
and Carol Knox.
Where'd it go?
Teacher Deb. Oh yeah. Teacher Deb. I'd rather. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can. Okay. I'd rather watch your live video. Completely safe for my eyes. Yes, that's true.
So, what time is Totality where you're at?
So you found some filter material to save your camera.
I think 12:45 local time. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I used I cheated and used emergency Mylar bike. And then I just cranked down the iris. Except for now.
That's looking really good there, Ian.
Yeah.
We were up in Idaho.
Oh yeah.
May have lost Ian there, but I think I'm still on there. So just a few other things. One of the things that the folks will see in totality is, and you can see this in a total eclipse and an annular eclipse. An annular eclipse is because the moon's orbit is somewhat elliptical, and of course the orbit itself is at a tilt.
But I don't, because my phone is being used for the live stream.
Can you still hear me, Ian?
Okay. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I was just going to talk about like at totality, and the reason why we don't have a total solar eclipse every month is because the moon's orbit is elliptical and is at a tilt. So we see a total solar eclipse once every year, 18 months, somewhere on Earth. So, but what's going to happen, hopefully if it doesn't cloud over during the total eclipse in Texas, they'll see what is called Bailey's beads. And it was explained by Francis Bailey back in 1836. And what happens is that the sun will peek through some of the valleys and the craters of the moon, and eventually it'll be reduced down to 1 or 2 beads, and it's called the diamond effect. And it's a very fascinating phenomena. What I hear, anyways, I've never experienced a total eclipse, but that's what's going to happen if the clouds are clear. There where Ian is, we'll actually see those beads come through. And again, it's because the sunlight is actually pouring through the lunar mountains and craters and valleys. And you saw the Apollo 15, they were in the Hadley Mountains. And so you can see that the moon is very mountainous and a lot of valleys. And so that's what causes those bright beads of sunlight coming through at the edge of that total eclipse there.
The crescent. So basically, I'm recording 4K video, but I can't use that camera screen. And so screen, and then I've got just my tablet, my camera. Yes. Yeah. And I guess yes. Yeah.
All right, Ian, can you still hear me down there in Texas?
Yeah. Way over there.
I was thinking you had some kind of weird battery system.
I didn't realize it. So sad noises. My Canon camera, for whatever reason, not going to focus on the sun. Like if it's in focus, it's this little itty bitty tiny, because the zoom on this isn't very good.
Okay.
So, but anyway.
But can you hear me, Ian? I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. Oh.
So how much of coverage are you guys getting up there in Medicine Hat?
Can you hear me at all, Ian?
Yes.
Ian, you can hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about, I'm not 100% sure, but it's about 25-30% to coverage of the sun.
Okay.
And I was just talking to the audience about Bailey's beads, which you will get to witness. There's no cloud cover at totality. So.
Oh, my wife can't be here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let me see. It's what's your Facebook page, Larry?
The Creation Discovery Center.
So I'm streaming it to. Oh, I'm streaming it to.
just wanted to comment on Catherine's comment here that, yeah, according to a lot of people who see total eclipse, they recommend at totality to make sure it is totality in your area. You can take off the glasses and just cruise around and just take it in with your natural eyes. And obviously, when the moon starts sunlight starts through again, just make sure you put your glasses back on again.
Yeah.
Looks like we've lost sound. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Can anybody hear me out there? Okay, good. I'm glad you can hear me. Yeah, the total solar eclipse is amazing. Of course, for secular scientists, they think that it's a mere coincidence. But I just want to really emphasize that this is a phenomenon that that only we can really appreciate. If you could stand on Saturn or Jupiter with all its moons, obviously Saturn and Jupiter are gaseous planets, but if you could stand on those planets with all their moons, you would not have the phenomena that we have here on Earth. And of course, God created the Earth with inhabitants, us, and created in His image to really appreciate this event that happens. That we can understand the sun, and we can understand a lot of things. In fact, back in 1919, the solar eclipse that happened, I'm not exactly sure. I think it was in Southern Europe, and they proved that that light could bend. And so there's a lot of things that we can understand about the sun and about light, and it's just an amazing phenomenon. What are the odds of the sun being 400 times larger than the moon, and yet the moon 400 times closer, and we can have this effect that we can only appreciate? And so I obviously don't believe that's a coincidence. It's something that God has given us to enjoy. And many of the folks in the US and Mexico and in parts of Canada today are enjoying this solar eclipse. Total solar
And did
eclipse,
you
I should say,
see?
but we're enjoying a partial solar eclipse up here in Medicine Hat. Okay, there's Ian there. I don't know if I don't have any sound right now. Ian, are you?
Okay, I can hear you. I haven't been saying
I have no
anything,
sound,
so.
but
Oh, okay. No sound from me at all? Let me try that. No sound?
Can't hear you, Ian. But anyways, we're just about halfway through here till totality. So, and it looks looking pretty good. How's the weather looking there? Still a lot of cloud cover, Ian? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Looking pretty good. Okay, good, excellent.
Whoops.
I don't hear you. I don't know if anybody else can hear you, but I can't hear you at the moment. Oh, we can hear Ian. Okay, I can't hear him, but
Check one.
can you hear me? That's good. As long as you can hear both of us, that's great.
Yeah, I'm going to switch it to the back camera here real quick. So, Greg King from Ross Haven Bible Camps just setting up his experiments. But look at this. We were talking like really, really awful visibility across the entire
Yeah, there's a
state.
question about the speed of the Earth's rotation. So the shadow is actually moving 1,000 miles per hour because of the rotation of the Earth. So it does affect the viewing of the eclipse. Obviously, the folks in Mexico have probably already seen a total eclipse. It's going to start happening in Texas very soon, and then it's going to go up the U.S. into eastern Canada. So the shadow is actually moving at approximately 1,000 miles per hour because of the rotation of the Earth. That's looking real good, Ian. Oh, it's out of picture. It's going to bring it back in again. There we are. Reminds me of that Apollo 13 scene where they're trying to line up the Earth to fire the lunar module engines to get back safely to the Earth. They're trying to make sure it's centered. Can you hear me, Ian?
Not quite sure what I can hear. I can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you for some reason. But anyways,
yeah.
if I see your mouth moving, then I know you're talking because I can see you. So
yes. Well, you're the one saying more intellectual stuff anyway.
I got sound back a bit here.
You're the one saying all the intellectual stuff anyway.
Okay.
And then my dad told me pretty cool that it's clear.
Probably the first recorded eclipse was back in China. It was actually it was sketched out in a tortoise shell back in 1300 BC. Of course, all the ancients, because they believed in small gods, believed that something ominous was happening. Some thought that the gods were actually eating up the sun. And it's interesting, the Israelites, though, were prohibited to worship the moon because the Israelites obviously knew that the moon was created by God. So that's an interesting tidbit that we need to understand, that they had a proper understanding of the moon, that it was created by God, and they were not allowed to worship the god as other ancient religions did. So that's an important part for us to understand. And incidentally, I just want to say that let's just see here. I got my notes here. Isaac Newton actually predicted with the calculation of the distance of the moon and the Earth, and obviously gravity. Edmund Halley basically took Newton's calculations, and he predicted in 1715 that there would be a total eclipse over Britain, and he predicted that would happen at 9:05 in the morning, and he was off by 5 minutes using Isaac Newton's calculations, and it actually happened at 9 a.m. Britain time back in 715. So Isaac Newton's calculations and Isaac Newton himself was vindicated because of the prediction by Edmund Halley. And so just some little tidbits as we continue to see the moon, the new moon covering the Earth, or sorry, the sun, and totality is at 12:45 down there in Texas. Is Texas time's the same as Alberta time, right? Is that a firm? I think it is, because it looks like it's going to be the same here. So.
We are Central Time, 30 minutes to totality. I don't know if you heard that. 30 minutes to totality.
Yeah.
And we are in Central Time Zone here.
It's looking real good, Ian.
This is considering we were up all night. Whoops. Turned it off. There we go.
Last night.
And all last night.
So we were up.
we were up all night watching the weather, and let me put it back here. There, can you hear me on this one now, Larry?
It's really choppy. It's choppy for me, Ian. But we got.
So we were up all last night trying to figure out where on earth we were going to go, because basically the entire state of Texas is being just totally smoked by an incoming storm. And let me show you. This is just incredible.
Did you say something about the storms in Texas? I didn't quite get that. Okay. Pretty good.
Like,
pretty good,
thank you, Lord. We could not have asked for better.
I'm about to say it's perfect. They were predicting all kinds of rain.
Yep.
They were predicting it right now, so this is great. This is great.
Oh, hey. I don't know if you remember me.
Well, you've been a long time ago. I was trying to remember how long ago it was. That I don't remember.
17, 18 years.
Yes. Time flies, doesn't it? Good to see you again.
Likewise.
Good to be here. Thanks for lunch.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. At first, I thought, well, nobody will want to use it. They keep putting out the bad news, but it turned out perfect, didn't it? Yep. It turned out perfect. That's right. Yeah. Sure am. Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
She's a real warrior when it comes to road trips. It's like, oh yeah, we're only going 15 hours driving today.
Oh, hey. No big deal. Good for her. Yeah, I hear you. Well, good deal. One gorgeous day.
Oh, okay, cool.
Where are they?
looking real good there, Ian.
We're just trying to figure it out. That's the pastor's CCF where where the church we're at. And I actually spoke here about 17 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, gotta check my other camera. So I can't see this very clearly, Larry. Are you seeing any sunspots in there?
No, I'm not seeing. I can't see any sunspots. No. But it's very sharp though. Like you can definitely there's a sharpness on the terminator there.
Whoa. Catherine Rourke is just asking, where am I still? Okay, is this microphone picking me up, Larry, or did I just mute myself? Okay, so apparently it's the laptop microphone that's picking me up. So Catherine Rourke was just asking where I am. I am in Lindale, Texas, which is north of Tyler, northeast corner of Texas. And hey, Peter, good evening. Too bright, thanks. I'll mess with the exposures just a little bit more here. Probably take the camera here as well.
And the cloud is covering the sun again. But you can see a lot of detail of the cloud, so that's good.
Okay, so we got some poofy clouds moving in, so we're probably going to lose it and gain it, lose it and gain it.
So Ian, can you hear me?
I was up there 40 years ago.
I'm talking to people.
Can you say something profound for me, Larry?
Yeah, have you ever experienced totality before?
I have not.
Okay.
Let me mute. There we go. Okay, we'll try that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, right.
How's it going, eh?
Ian, you ready for your live stream?
We're on the live stream.
Nice.
You're in fact, you're on it. See? There you are, right there in the corner. We are.
You're on it now.
Yep, you're on it. You're in the picture. This is Larry. Larry Dye, the creation guy. He's up in Medicine Hat, Alberta, and so he knows way more about astronomy and space than I do. So
Yeah.
he's the brains behind the operation. I'm just the
Nice.
cameraman.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's coming through.
He's got a welder's kit.
The clouds actually kind of add a neat effect.
Yeah, it looks rather cool.
You think looking at it, it's going to happen? It says around 140.
Yeah, 140, 145, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
that
Roland
looks-
said earlier.
That
That
looks real good there, Ian.
rather than looking at the same thing the whole time, it gives a lot of different, perspective and looks to it. So
I got to take a picture of my
it's
operation.
amazing too, with it like that, the intensity is gone.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as high as it was.
Yeah, that reminds me when there was a total solar eclipse in Winnipeg back in '79, and I was living in Edmonton at the time, and I even noticed that the
I was
Us
trying to
in the
get.
background.
Oh, okay, yeah.
area was darkening quite dramatically, even though it wasn't a total eclipse in Edmonton, and they're already experiencing that in Texas, the darkening already. So that's amazing. The eclipse total eclipse in Winnipeg was, I think, in January of '79, if I do recall. And I think I was working at that time, and I had the day off, and I happened just to go out to the front steps of our house, and it was quite an interesting effect. Wasn't too far off from totality, but enough that there was more sunlight coming through in the Edmonton area. But as I said, somebody just commented they're already noticing a bit of
Pointing out that I have two mics on, which is correct, and unfortunately, I have to keep them close together, and they're fighting me. It won't let me mute. It won't let me mute the speakers or both cameras and microphones. So it's annoying. It's the best I can do. I apologize.
Yeah, we're starting to hear you a little better.
Okay, we're gonna have a nice little clear patch for a moment here.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go chat with Greg for just a moment here.
Okay. Just a little more history in 130 BC. Hipparchus tried to calculate the distance of the moon he lived in Turkey, but he knew that that was where the total eclipse was happening. But he, through the measurements of the total eclipse and where he was living in Turkey and also in Egypt, where there was a partial eclipse, he tried to calculate the distance of the moon. He wasn't too far off. He was off probably by about 1/3. But it's amazing the intelligence of mankind. And so that was 130 BC that he tried to figure out the distance of the moon. And so very interesting. And as I said before earlier, Isaac Newton, of course, starting to understand the laws of gravity and orbit, and how through his calculations, Isaac Newton's calculations, in 1715 predicted that there'd be a total eclipse in Britain. We thought it'd be 9:05 a.m., but it was actually 9 o'clock, so only 5 minutes off. So, as I said before, vindicated Isaac Newton's calculations. And of course, we talk about God's handiwork and how we can predict total eclipses in certain areas of the earth. And somebody had a Facebook picture of the prediction of this solar eclipse back in 1970. I think it was a newspaper headline talking about the fact that there's going to be a total eclipse in Texas in 2024. So that just shows the creativeness of and the orderliness of our solar system and how we can predict those things. We're getting pretty close to totality down there in Texas. Once again, I just want to say that the moon's shadow is moving about 1,000 miles per hour. And so
we've got about 60 minutes to totality to take.
Only lasts a few minutes. The totality only lasts a few minutes because of the rotation of the Earth. Can you hear me, Ian?
Yes.
Okay.
Barely. I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry, because I've got you real quiet to keep the echo down.
Yeah. Just how long will totality be in where you're at?
So about 16 minutes.
No, but how long will the actual totality last?
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, I think it's about 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes. Because as I said, as I was saying to the audience, that the moonshot is moving at about 1,000 miles per hour, so that's why it's a very short time. 3 minutes for totality.
What are you doing, Joey?
I can't see a thing.
Cloud cover again a little bit, but according to Ian, it's going to clear up here for this down in Texas. Sunny here in Medicine Hat. I haven't looked at. There it is. I'm just going to take a quick look myself, Ian. I'll be right back and see what it's looking like here in Medicine Hat.
That looks hilarious. 1, 2, 3.
Well, yeah, don't worry about it. That's the lead. Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Yours look fairly normal. Yours look really funny. I don't know why.
So for those of you watching, if you're wondering what's going on, we've got clouds moving in and out at the moment. And so right now the sun is, there it comes peeking out behind the clouds.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Medicine Hat, and I just went outside to look at it, and it's just, we see a portion of that moon popping through there. So, but not like what you're seeing down there in Texas.
Good. Thank you.
And Ian, if you can hear me, I just want to really encourage you and everyone to really enjoy the moment of totality. Like, just enjoy it. You don't have to say anything. Just enjoy it.
Like it stays still light out until it's
Well, I said it's movie, but I expected it to be dark lights. The night.
it'll be like dust.
Yeah.
It looks like dust everywhere you look. And it won't be dark, but it'll be dark. You know.
Yeah, we're getting close to totality.
It's noticeably dark out here already.
Yeah. As I was saying, when I was when there was a total eclipse in Winnipeg, I was in Edmonton in '79, and I even noticed the darkness, even though it wasn't totality in Edmonton. All right, and some of the folks from Texas are commenting it's getting very dim, very close to totality here. Obviously not here in Medicine Hat in Canada and Alberta. Medicine Hat, if you know, Alberta is in southeastern Alberta.
Yeah. It's really like it's only,
I think it's 146. Still got several minutes to totality. It's noticeably darker.
And Juby and
Pretty cool, huh? Just a little sliver now. It's amazing how much light there's still.
yeah.
It shows how powerful the sun is.
And that's the crazy thing is when we saw it in Oregon, it was still about, you know, this light until like right
So I'm going to be going a little crazy here, Larry. So if you're saying something and I interrupt, I apologize. And
No,
scream real loud if you need to get my attention.
Just enjoy the moment, Ian. You don't have to worry about us. Just enjoy that totality, because you know, it's look around and take your glasses off for a few moments and then just enjoy it. And I don't know, but it looks like there is some cloud cover right now, but I'm not sure.
I don't see nothing.
You got cloud cover there, Ian?
sun's out.
Stand in front of the camera to see if your shirt color changes. Is there cloud cover there, Ian?
What's that?
Is there cloud cover right now?
Yes, there's cloud cover right now. It's just breaking through. We're probably going to have a good run now.
Okay.
For totality.
Sounds good. And just enjoy it.
I saw it. You Blaze, I saw it.
So it'll be interesting looking at the camera here. It still looks like, look at that, it's really getting close now. Sun starting to really vanish here. And I'm just curious looking at Ian's camera. Of course, the camera does show brightness better than naked eye, but just curious how dark it's going to show on the camera there from the landscape view there. We're just hoping that the clouds will kind of clear here.
Yeah, because it'll cover
Everyone's checking everything out here. Maybe just put that, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Maybe up a little bit. Ian can see that. Look at that. And let us know, Ian, if you see stars.
Yeah, good point. I will let you know.
Okay. That's good right there. Maybe centered a little more to the right. Looks good. Hopefully we'll see the Bailey's beads as well.
Okay. I got a friend on a cruise.
What's that?
Weatherford, Texas. Says they got clear skies. I'm glad to hear that. I got clear skies here up in Canada, Medicine Hat, Alberta. We only have a partial eclipse. Oh, by the way, for the folks that are in the Medicine Hat area, Brooks area, the total eclipse, we'll be having a total eclipse in 2044 in 20 years in August. I wrote it down.
So I'm gonna
I
look
want to go visit.
August 23rd, 2044, total eclipse, Medicine Hat, Brooks area.
We did one, and they did positive.
So hopefully we'll be around for that.
Yeah,
So I got a question for Larry and Peter.
I think so.
When should I take the filter off the cameras?
At totality, but it's up to you.
Okay.
Right at totality, but make sure you have it back on before it ends.
Of course, my steaks. And then you want to buy shrimp. I was like, oh, that's enough. No, let's get shrimp.
Oh, the cheetah's saying they got clear skies in Weatherford too. Excellent.
Yeah. I just mentioned that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, totality. Okay, thank you.
Just make sure you have it back on it before it starts coming out again.
Okay.
But like I said, Ian, just really enjoy the experience. You know, look around. You know.
They just found some fire ants. I'm going to go videotape it too.
Right on. Fire ants appearing now. And also, yeah, they talk about animals quieting down, songbirds quieting down, and we have sometimes the phenomena of what happens when it's nighttime with the animal kingdom. But stars will also appear. Crickets may start making noises for a few minutes. Yeah, we're getting very, very close to totality now. And Ian says that kind of looking at the Texas sky where he's at, we could actually clear skies. And I don't know if we'll see the Bailey's beads, but once again, that is the
yes.
The craters and
okay.
areas of the moon. Yeah, thanks, Catherine.
Remind me to hand it to you. There we go. That's all right.
Great. Looking a little bit there. Hopefully we'll get that centered again. But here we come. It's getting very close now.
So far, the live stream is actually working pretty good.
We're getting to 42:37. Yeah, in that.
I mean, no.
36 here, Alberta time, and I presume that's the time in Texas right now. Oh no, is it 1:46? It's 1:36. I don't know. I'm not sure about the time zone in Texas. Doesn't matter. We're just enjoying it right now.
And then you said, looks like snakes. Oh, wow. Nothing. I never even said that. Look at the phone.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. There is that comet 12P times Brooks. It might be very difficult to see that unless you have a telescope. But we might to see Venus definitely, or sorry, Mercury definitely Venus for sure.
Since the last eclipse, this is like homeschool physics class.
Tiny bit left.
Getting very close now. Got a little background music there. Stand by, we're looking at it. Very close now.
So
So it's looking like where the clouds are going to break for us at just the perfect time.
Excellent.
We have a very faint high cloud cover, which,
Yeah.
if anything, is probably going to help us.
Yeah.
But it's just starting to break through a couple poofy clouds, and then we got a big long blue patch, and it looks like the clouds are going in the right direction. No, I got 2 layers of clouds.
Okay, Rick says that he saw the Totality in Austin. They're the feed there, and they're showing the Bailey feed. Again, that's the sun poking through the valleys and craters of the moon, and they can figure out exactly what area of the moon that is happening. So it's very good. 12:39 here in Mountain Time. Are you in Central Time, Ian?
Central, yes.
Okay. Getting very close now, and Ian's just going to try to center this, and then he's going to enjoy this. Is it getting dark around you there, Ian?
It's getting really dark.
Wow.
I don't want to switch to the other camera yet.
Yeah, it looks kind of like snakes moving along. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Thank you for setting this up.
Okay, we're gonna hit the blue stretch just for
Thank you, Catherine. I kind of figured that since you hadn't noted that earlier.
No.
It is. Yeah. You're right on time. Come on, just scoot across.
I know, really. Look at that.
We're almost at Totality now.
Yeah, that other one's gonna cover it.
And the corona won't show through clouds.
Hopefully that one will get faster.
See the sliver of the sun there as the moon is crossing over.
I just don't know how the wind is blowing strongly in 2 different directions. Or not just 2 different, but 2.
This is a total solar eclipse. There's the annual eclipse with, because of the elliptical orbit of the moon.
I got 141, Greg.
37.
Minute 37.
I think that big cloud's going to be passed by the time.
Yeah, I think
we're good. Yeah. Good.
Just keeping it suspended.
Yeah, look how dark it is out.
Plus, we got 3 minutes that it's covered.
Beautiful.
So, yeah.
I know there's 3 layers of
So Ian and the folks are in the umbra shadow, and that's why they have Totality where they're at.
All right. Yeah. It's helping you.
That's so cool. That's shadow bands projecting.
Oh, yeah. I see it.
Get into Totality here.
Shadow bands that we
Oh, yeah.
projected
That's
on the
so
surface
cool.
of that second layer of cloud.
So is
They
that
are,
like
too.
glasses,
Yeah.
or
Not
you
through the
look
glasses. Just look at it. Just look at it. You can see all the shadow bands moving
See
across.
that sliver there, and we're almost into. Thank you. What's up with the cloud? Pretty much into it.
I'm afraid to look.
Okay.
Yeah, cover it.
Wow, it's really dark now. Yeah.
That's it. We're just.
Oh, and there comes the lights.
Oh, streetlights have come on.
Yes!
Street lights are coming on down there because they think it's the street lights sensors. They're thinking it's nighttime.
So we've got clouds in the road just at the moment, but we are in Totality right now. And egads, is it dark?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, there it is.
See the Bailey's beads at all, Ian? think it's taking the filter off now. But it sounds good. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Wow, look at that. Totality.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I don't want to turn the camera,
No,
but
that's
we
good.
can see Venus.
Okay. You can see the Bailey's beads too, Ian.
Exposure, no. Yes.
Got some pictures? Other pictures? Oh goodness, yeah.
Yes, looks good. Looks good. Yes. You can see the Bailey's bead right down at the 6 o'clock position there. That's a Bailey's bead poking through because of the
yeah. Look at that.
That's a great picture. And I'm not sure if we're going to have that diamond effect. We're going to see the diamond effect. We should be able to see it. Oh, here it comes. Look at this. There's the diamond effect right there. There's the diamond effect. The Bailey's bead. Unbelievable. That's a great shot.
Look at that, you guys.
From Texas. There it is. Bailey's bead down and the and there's some more on the 3 o'clock position there.
Based on what Roland was saying about it being dusk, this is darker.
A couple of Bailey's beads from the 6 o'clock position, one at the 3 o'clock position there. And the light shining through the valley shoulders mountains of
Listen for crickets.
yeah, great job. Yes, thank you, teacher Deb. That is for sure.
A day without a night.
Yeah.
A night without a day.
That's so.
145.
Lady Hawk.
Oh. And then when it starts to poke out, how close are we to poking out?
Probably about 30
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
And then you got to go back to glasses.
Yeah.
It's got really close.
Thanks, Tracy. We'll see you later today.
I can just imagine God saying, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if you guys can see this or not, Larry, but there's actually a solar flare visible off the bottom side.
Yes, we can see the solar flares. Yeah, there's the diamond effect right there, Ian. There's the diamond effect. Better put your filter on real soon. Okay, you better put your filter on, Ian. Okay. This is not gonna. Sunlight again. Ian frantically trying to find that filter. There we go.
Or you can do it like me.
Hello, sir. Someone told me that you are live streaming this. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any good shots of it?
Well,
Whatever's there is there.
yep.
Okay.
What's there is there.
Okay.
Coming out of Totality now in Texas. Ian Juby, Larry Dye here in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
Sure did. What'd you make out, Ian?
Come on.
Mr. Ian,
1 second.
that's awesome, right?
I think so.
I got a glimpse of the tiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you get some really good pictures.
Yeah. Just perfect, man. Oh, that's so good.
It was good for
Yeah.
Richard
Probably be Ant
West. It's
keep
rated
that one
by
in.
Innes, which is Where is Inez? I think it's south north. Yeah,
They're a little
that's
north.
where we're supposed to be the longest, and it's
Mr. I don't know why, but I was just wondering what this was. That's the Eclipse right there, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I've been watching it.
So why are they glowing?
So
See, I'll have to
well,
talk
here,
to
tell you what.
Ian about that. Hey, Ian.
Give me a chance.
It is. Yeah, I know. That's the risk you take. My daughter.
Oh, that's a great shot there, Ian, as it's coming out now.
We've been talking about doing this because I moved from here when she was 3, and so it was also come back, see where you were born, see where the area was, you know. Yeah, for her. Yep. So it was kind of a combination.
Wish I could have gotten a shot with my camera, but
Yeah, but sure, it was nice seeing it. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
wow, it's getting bright fast.
Yeah. So, how was it, Ian? How was the experience?
No.
Yeah, don't do that.
Did you take time to notice your shirt go dark?
No.
Me either.
I was panicking.
Yeah, wow, that was good, eh?
Yes, it was. What little I
So,
saw.
Ian.
Okay, I can die now.
I wish I could have gotten some decent photography shots.
I can send you some.
None of my cameras are.
Oh, this is not bad. You can,
it's good, but
you can pull stills out of this.
Yeah, but the exposure was all over the map. I could probably post-process it, but it was a mess. I was flipping filters off and.
Ian, can you hear us?
To a professional.
Yeah.
And say, pull me off the best Eclipse picture you can.
Okay. That'll work.
He'll be able to play with it.
Yeah, viewers there.
Yep.
I don't want to learn it. I just want to say,
yep.
Wow. Nobody's staring up at me.
Well, I have.
Where's my glasses? Where are my glasses?
Okay.
Hey, Ian, can you hear me?
Yes.
So just describe the experience of Totality for yourself.
That was pretty wild. I was panicking trying to operate all the cameras and flip off filters and stuff. I've never done this before, so
yeah.
I didn't know what to expect, but that was the fact that we could see Venus. The camera got it because that surprised me. That was huge. The solar flare, and it was so visible.
Okay.
That really surprised me.
And you could actually see the
too how red it was.
You could actually see the planet Venus.
Yes. So I was down and to the right of the sun.
Yep.
I'm going to guess, I don't know, 10, 15 degrees on about 4 or 5 o'clock angle from the sun.
And could you see any other? Could you see any other stars? Could you see any other stars, Ian?
And I don't know how well my 4K camera picked it up, but I know I got a lot of footage. So hopefully I'll be able to grab a decent still or two out of it.
Did you see the any stars besides Venus?
With the light cloud haze, I didn't see any others.
Okay.
Excuse me. But yes, yeah. So I don't know if anybody else saw any, but Venus was very prominent actually.
Very good.
Surprisingly prominent.
Well, Ian, I want to thank you so much for doing this.
Well, hey, thanks for coming along, and thanks for being there to give us your input, because you know way more about this than I do.
Well, I really appreciate you doing this for us, and I know some of the viewers up here in Canada were even watching, so they really appreciate it too. So I bid you farewell for now, and safe travels, and maybe we can do some eclipse chasing somewhere around the world in the future.
Yeah, where's the next one? We'll go.
That's a good question. I don't know. That one I didn't check. So
okay, South Africa. I just got word, so we got to book our trip to South Africa.
Okay, there you go.
I'll bring back cameras and lenses next time.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thanks again, Ian, and thank you for those who joined us today. And you can continue on if you wish, if Ian's going to continue to show it. And I'm just going to peace out here, and God bless everyone, and have a great day.
Right on. God bless. Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you. Bye for now.
I'm going to stay on for everyone else for a while more.
Okay, sounds good.